there is something that nobody talk about this game, and that thing is this release two games in one, and that thing is really, really cool. These videos contains spoilers for the games, series, or movies discussed. They also represent personal opinions. If you have a different or similar opinion to the one present in the video, please leave a comment so we can discuss the topic. English isn't my native language. I try my best to speak for you. Remember, the respect and tolerance are very important. I'm gonna start this review saying a personal opinion. Really, this game needs a remake. Maybe not from my point of view, because really this game feels really modern and don't age bad at all. Maybe the graphics, but in general this game feels really, really modern. I think they're gonna make a remake of this game because they want to revive the franchise, and the nostalgia sells a lot of copies. I want to clarify one thing: it's my first time playing Halo Combat Evolved, so this is my personal opinion about that impression. The Halo franchise was in its peak on the early 2000s, but with the time they lost popularity and the player base. Curiously, I never played any Halo games until recently. I played Halo Reach before this. Then I see the ad for a game called Split. Someone is using a hat with the phrase "Made Halo games great again." Something like that. For me, it's a little funny to remember that moment. Well, for curiosity, after see that, I think I need to try for the first time the Halo games. So I play before this Halo Reach, and now I play Halo Combat Evolved. These two games are so much different from each other, really. The experience is so different, and I think that Halo Combat Evolved have aged really, really good, because so much of the things of this game is still losing on first-person shooter today. It's very interesting to speak about how the development of this game started. Bungie is the developer of this game. This studio worked on the creation of Destiny, Halo, and the controversial Marathon. The development of this game is kind of strange, because the first version of this game was a strategic game with the isometric point of view. Later, this game changes to a third-person action shooter, and finally this game transformed into a first-person action shooter. Another surprise of the development of this game is this game originally was developed for the Mac. For the people who doesn't know this, Bungie started like develop software for the Apple system, but Microsoft make a deal with Bungie to make the Halo game an exclusive for the Xbox and the PC. But Apple say, wait, this game is ours too, so Bungie make a version for the Apple computer, the Mac. I think the other Halo games don't have a Mac version. Let me check. No. No, the only Halo game on Mac is Halo Combat Evolved for now. But the other games have exclusivity with Microsoft, so they're only versions for Windows and Xbox. Halo Combat Evolved, released on 2001, developed by Bungie and published by Microsoft for the platform of the Xbox, PC, and Mac. I'm gonna tell you the story on this game. On the future, humanity is in war with the alien species with the name of the Covenant. After the destruction of the human spaceship called the Pillar of Atom, the crew ended up crashing on Halo. Master Chief is a super soldier and considered the last hope of humanity. Start a mission with the crew survivors to stop the Covenant to activate the Halo ring and wake up an ancient species who can destroy the life in the whole universe. This game has a curious thing that nobody talk about, and that thing is this feel like two games because it start like one thing and ended up like another thing. Remember a movie with Quentin Tarantino and George Clooney called From Dusk Till Dawn. This is a strange comparative of things, a little random. So let me explain. This movie starts like a heist movie with the two brothers kidnapping a family. On the half of this movie, when they arrive on Mexico on the bar, the movie changed completely the tone, so transforming to a vampire B movie. And a lot of crazy things happens on the bar, Salma Hayek with the snake and all of that. This game is like this. It start like one thing and halfway through change the tone of the game. So the first half of this game is a heroic epic tale with the Master Chief and all this. You land on the Halo ring, and the battle between the two factions is the main state. When the second half of this game starts, you have a completely different tone. This game is a little bit like a horror game. I want to put it that way. Some clues that this thing will happen, but it's not that evident. And you, in that part of the game, you know the flop. I don't know how to say it right. This infection make the enemies more aggressive. You start to play this game like a survivor game. So that change of tone make the gameplay so different. It's not 100% horror, but the change is so evident. It's not like Resident Evil, no, so far, but this has horror elements. So at the start of this game, really is a epic tale from an epic war with the alien species. But on the second half is when the interesting thing starts to happen, because turn into a horror game and you stop to think like a hero in one sense. You start to think I need to kill everyone. You start to think I need to get out of here the fast way possible because this infection is gonna kill us all. It's so crazy. And curiously, this game don't have a final boss. The final section is just running and and escaping this planet. The release of this game on 2001 was a success on every platform. So the Xbox, the PC, the Mac, really this game was so successful. So back then, the other companies tried to create something called the Halo Killer. But the only way to kill this franchise was the franchise themselves, ironically. And really, this game still feels modern. Really, this game has aged so well. And this is all reflective on the mechanic, the maps, the regenerative life. Really, so much of the mechanics of this game is still using today. There is a little bit of controversy with the remaster of this game because so many people say the change of the art styles and the textures don't match with the intentions of the original game. But I don't think that is so bad. Maybe if you don't want the remastered texture and art style, you can change with a button while you're playing. So I don't think this is a real big problem with the remaster. I'm sorry, you can cancel me with my opinion. But it's a little subjective. I speak about this because if you want to play the original version, you can play it. If you want to play the remastered texture, you can do it. I think it's good. Really, I don't see a big problem with that. But for some people, that maybe is a problem. But for me, it's alright. Really, I don't have problem with that. So another thing to say is the legacy of this game still feels on the first-person shooter of today. I think it's great. The good side and the bad side of this game. On the good side, I gonna tell a lot of things, starting with the visuals. Really, the visuals are amazing on this game. Another positive thing is the history, the characters. Really, with the history of the campaign, they make an amazing job. I like the change of the thematic of the campaign on halfway through is really well done. And the gameplay is really well done. But I have some exceptions because I have some things bad to say about this game. But ignoring that, I think it's a really good game. On the bad side, I gonna tell you, I think the the driver mechanics on this game are horrible. It really sucks. And the last mission really was a pain in the ass. Another bad thing to say is the library section really seems so much repetitive in one point, but it's the same scenario repeated a lot of times and it's really boring. On the last section is horrible, the driver mechanic, because you have to try it a long way and in a very tiny space, and it's really horrible. The car doesn't respond like we need to respond, and it's a horrible section. I don't like it. The first time, yeah, or the second time I played this game, really the conduction of this game sucks. So I want to clarify that this is my personal opinion about this game. I really don't like the mechanic of driver of this game. Really, it's horrible. If I have to give it a score from 1 to 10, I will give it an 8, but for this game I like it a lot, but I think Halo Reach is a little bit better. Well, that is not a surprise because this game came out so much years later of the first Halo. Remember to comment, like, share and subscribe for more videos like this. There is also an Spanish version of this video. I invite you to watch it if you are curious to see this content in another language. That is all for now. Love you all and thanks for your time.